What was the Popular Front in France? Have you ever wondered how a coalition of political parties can change the course of a nation? The Popular Front in France is a fascinating example of this. It was formed during the interwar period, primarily in the 1930s. This coalition brought together left-wing political parties, including the French Communist Party, the Socialist French Section of the Workers' International, and the Radical Socialist Republican Party. The Popular Front emerged as a response to the growing threat of fascism in Europe. Its main goal was to defend democratic institutions while pushing for social reforms that would benefit the working class. In May of 1936, the coalition won the French legislative elections, marking a significant victory for the left. This led to the formation of a government led by Léon Blum, a prominent socialist leader from the Socialist French Section of the Workers' International. Under Blum's leadership, the government introduced several important social reforms. One of the most notable achievements was the Matignon Agreements. These agreements granted workers rights such as a 2-week paid vacation and strengthened union rights. The government also established a 40-hour workweek, a major step toward improving labor conditions for many workers. For many socialists and workers, the Popular Front represented a moment of hope. Marceau Pivert, a member of the Socialist French Section of the Workers' International, famously declared that everything is possible. However, despite these reforms, the French economy struggled to recover from the Great Depression. Inflation began to erode the benefits of wage increases, and the coalition faced opposition from conservative forces. Internal divisions also emerged, particularly regarding the Spanish Civil War, which put a strain on the alliance. By 1937, economic challenges and political pressures forced Blum to halt further reforms and devalue the franc. The government changed hands several times, with leaders like Camille Chautemps and Édouard Daladier taking over. Ultimately, the coalition dissolved by late 1938. From a socialist viewpoint, the Popular Front was both a significant achievement and a limitation. It showcased the potential for leftist parties to unite and enact progressive social policies within a capitalist framework. However, critics argued that it represented a compromise that preserved capitalism rather than seeking a fundamental transformation of society. In essence, the Popular Front in France was a historic alliance of left-wing parties that achieved important social reforms and defended democracy against fascism during a turbulent time. While it brought tangible benefits to workers, it also highlighted the ongoing tensions within the broader socialist movement.